Hello, hello. Welcome back to Wheel of Games, where we're going to be playing some more Séance of Blake Manor. So last time, I was hoping to catch the priest in the changing room, and he just said, "Oh, I'm lost." But the doors are entirely locked. You can't get in there without going through a secret passage through the supply closet and the back of one of the other changing rooms. So it makes no sense, but he's just playing dumb, and we can't even talk to him, much less confront. So, I'm not sure what I can do about that. But it also occurred to me, just looking at the rooms we have yet to actually be able to really investigate. There's Mr. Scarrett, Miss Quinn, and Ms Hisham. Are ones we've got the keys for, but they've always been in the rooms at the times we could have. And I suspect they are again. Although I don't know their schedules, they could just be anywhere else because I don't know where they are. So my current task is simply, let's go listen outside their doors and see if they're there. We are in the East Wing already. I need to go into the bar. I just need to go around. Let's see, atrium up. Let's take the tower stairs up. And if I'm in the East Tower already, I wonder, since I got the Ouija board, if the spirit that was behind this is new. Some sort of vase. Looks like charcoal on papyrus. Ms Hisham's had charcoal on her hands. Perhaps I should ask her about the drawing. Oh? I feel like that's kind of a spoiler there. Who fought with Miss Dean? Is it perhaps the only person who would have anything to do with papyrus? But it's the sunroom. Can I use the spirit board? I placed their remains together. Maybe they'll find peace. Something of an accident, but he's in one. He's in the other. Spirit hug. Percival damned them to an eternity of torment, and for what? Who their screams would go unheard? Here they find peace. God have mercy. How long were they trapped? How long can a soul linger, and why? I wonder, Emmons' brother. Let's not dwell on it. Well, at least we did a nice thing there. No giant spiders sneaking up on me. Let's just make sure that nothing... Oh! I'm going to say that nothing happened back behind the wall, but it's gone. As is the note. Anyone in here? Well, it's not telling me. And the basement, let's just confirm, still closed. Got something to say now? Oh. Upstairs it is. Steen knocked over a bunch of furniture. We followed that trail already. What shall we do? Okay, so we're in one corner right now. And we're at Miss Quinn's room. We managed to explore Mr. O'Meara's room. It's empty. Okay, quick save just to keep ourselves safe from, what if she just wasn't making noise? But I figured this at least makes sense to do before trying to solve that accidental spoiler information. Her journal. Because we should know about her. Know if she was fighting with context. Okay, what are these dreams trying to tell me? That I'm close to my goal? The answer feels so near. Down the next corridor, behind the next sigil. I must keep searching. Maybe what I seek is at the seance. Maybe that's the dream's message. But what do you seek? Seeks tea. Poetry book. Of Miss Quinn's poetry, scraps of paper containing annotations and drafts tucked between the pages. How about your drawings? Not sure what... Perhaps she should stick to her poetry. Just because you don't understand that these are sketches. Come on, don't be rude. Aha. I'm not falling for the stationary trap yet again. A book? It's not even saying. Maybe you should look at this. It's haunting me. Photos? Oh, of mementos of deceased family members. I thought that was going to be the boy of the house. Okay, deceased family members. That's a reason to go to a séance, I suppose. They're grimoires. One printed in Miss Quinn's hand, all of them annotated, nearly worn out in the spine. They've been used extensively over the years, and the handwritten one seems to be the product of enormous time and effort. So, relationship with Miss Quinn, it seems. Vanity box. A locket with two names etched into the framing, Alma and Julia, photographed on either side, each of a young girl. Hey, is that a lady with a crescent moon and a dot? Also sounds familiar. They look quite a lot like Miss Quinn. Ah. It's the shadow, I'm sure, but it really looks like her eyes are very uneven. She's got the same type of makeup as we've seen in a different vanity box, I think. What are the photos here? More photographs to memorialize the dead. Washerwoman, eh? Why would that be a discussion update for Quinn? Oh, sorry, I kept thinking I was in Ms Hisham's room. I'm in Miss Quinn's room. Scratch that. The grimoires being in Quinn's room, or Quinn's writing, makes all the more sense. Okay, never mind, because I think the first thing was because the Hisham charcoal drawings were making me think of this. Like, no, she's drawing with charcoal again. No, she's paint. No, that's a pen. Sorry, I was thinking about Ms. Hisham's room as well, and they were both in the southeast. Okay, recontextualizing. Her grimoires, her family. Now that makes more sense with a lot of her family are dead. Okay. Oh. See brooch with a lock of hair. Alexander Quinn, deceased at 31. Dear. We'll learn about their family history. So many clothes, always a waste of time. There. I searched the journal first. I did not find her schedule. That's a bit unusual. That's usually in the rooms here. But I've searched all of these. She didn't hide it under a floorboard, did she? Okay, check detective vision. Oh, doesn't seem to be. Okay. So yeah, it's her poetry. A little bit disappointing for this one, but she's got grimoires, she's got an interesting family history that I can now ask her about. Let us update her mystery. Miss Quinn. She doesn't have nearly as many facts to figure out. Here's her scars from the analysis. Investigated her room. Found the book for her. So, check the table she was doing her research on to see if there's any clues as to where she went. She really did disappear. And it's Memento Mori. Return of the Obra Dinn reference again. Okay, so learn about her family history. Probably something I can do in the library again. Is it time for the big library episode? We want to get into the rooms if we can. What else do we know about you? I don't think I've had a chance to go back in and investigate his trunk again yet. He's the guy who's very rich but did not manage to get a lot of friends. But let's see if he's out. I'd like to wrap things up before starting a new one if I can. But that's why I never met Miss McLeod either. Kept focusing too much. Okay, empty. Let's use the code 451. I'm scared. Oh. 451, yet there's more here. Oh, okay. It's not that kind of code. Oh, yep, he said he brought his dagger. And cards and a note. Cards I drew for you, Michael. Make of it what you will. E.D. So I think his name is Michael Scarrett. And Miss Dean, perhaps? Hanged Man, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death. Oof. I need to ask someone about tarot. But let's re-look at his notes. Okay. I can ask him about his dagger. Ask anyone who's familiar with the tarot. Interesting that it's both of them, but definitely the actual expert here. And then learn the meaning of his tarot reading. A Hanged Man, I don't know what the Ten of Pentacles would be, but this seems to be talking about perhaps a difficulty of some type. Okay, I don't think there's anything left in here for us now. Let's try to check out Ms Hisham's room next, I think. Mrs. Erickson, I think we're done. Miss Montovi would be a useful person to ask about the tarot, and we know she's still in the drawing room. Would be in here. No one's in. We can thoroughly investigate her now as well. Yes, look. Intra. Tray. Okay. We've got her schedule. Full weekend, no less. How about... Oh, I mean, she's got a scarab beetle on her vanity box. Are these dresses interesting? Nope. Okay, letters should be interesting. Several scrapped letters that, judging by the handwriting, were written by her. Whatever she's writing is in Arabic, and I can't read it. So we confirmed she also wrote the other letter we can't read, and she is also a medium shoe size. Have any discarded letters? Maps. She has also been making maps of the estate and marking rooms off, reason for which I cannot tell. Well, that's the outside grounds that I can see. Her sketching materials, perhaps her charcoal, to make the base drawings, and a magic wand? No, wait, that's a pen tip there. See, I want to look at the letters underneath, not the stationery. Stationery, again, is a trap. Okay, well, we already know that she's, okay. And again, with the prayer mat, more signs. I don't think we're going to unroll the prayer mat and find a dagger. Also got one of these opening settees, but no notes. No books. I can see under the bed. Nightstand? Oh, we've got journals, always interesting. And keeps pulling my attention away from the vase. Sometimes hours of searching have gone before I realize I've been looking for something else. The symbol, she has also seen it in her dreams. If I have not asked her about it, I definitely should. And maybe there's a specific newspaper she would know. I don't think there's anything else in here, but she is looking for a vase of some type. The early 30s, assuming Muslim, medium-sized shoes, wearing map of the ground. room contains art supplies, and I found writings in English in her room. Yes, I'm sure she can read English. But just noting these heels, like the boots that we saw following Miss Dean out into the maze, I think you could tell if it was boots like that versus a man's boot. You know? But all it tells us is medium shoes. Build anvil. Yes, boot prints. Medium-sized boot prints. And they certainly did actually look like that. The classic footprint shape. Obvious secret passage. But anyway, you would tell that it's not that kind of boot print. I would think. I mean, the fact that there were writings in English means that whole culprit mystery. They can write. Okay. Yeah, they wear medium shoes, and they used magic. Not useful. So we know she sketches. She drew a vase. You two should really be connected already. I could ask her about the vase, basically. Some areas are circled. Can you show me the areas that are circled? That might be relevant for me. Yeah, she did find the sun door. No one else has found those remains yet. Let's check the timetable. I spend a little bit of time. Perhaps I can go try checking on the priest again, who's in the ladies' room. Okay, I don't think anyone else here should have something new to show me. Miss Montavani, if I want to talk to her, will be down in the drawing room. Let's go there. And also we'll check the changing room again. Okay. So, right back when I get down. Okay, let's check in on that priest again. He's still here. Has he been joined by anybody? Nothing different. Okay, let's jump to the drawing room. Something I'm thinking about as I walk back is Miss Dean is how I got the symbol mappings to get into the supply room there. That suggests she knew something about that. She did have the locker with key 11 in it, so perhaps she was hiding her stuff back there. Ooh, got eavesdropping. This will be my last seance, Mr. Dupre. I won't survive the strain. Then won't you reconsider? And by myself what? A few weeks? That's enough time to make it home. Is it? It has to be worth trying. I live too good a life, Mr. Dupre. All my earnings are spent, and I am broke. All I would be returning to them is debt. I'm sure they wouldn't see it that way. But it is the truth. No, I will do this seance and send the money back. They will have some comfort in that, at least. What I ask of you is to make sure my body returns to them. Of course, Miss Mantovani. You can rely on that. I will literally take it to my grave. Oh, can I ask you about a tarot reading? What would you make of a reading made up of the Hangman, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death cards? 2 major arcana in one spread. There's a lot going on, perhaps. Turmoil in the recipient. Hanged Man represents sacrifice, new perspectives, higher learnings, this kind of thing. Part of great wisdom and personal growth. Death, now this can, of course, mean death, but rarely is this the case. It symbolizes more of a transformation or transition in life. A fork in the road of life. The Ten of Pentacles is for legacy and prosperity being passed down through generations. Hard to comment on a spread not knowing the recipient, their question, all this. But a cold reading of this? I could take it to mean that somebody needs to make a sacrifice and undergo a transition to gain a new perspective. They do this, and they may find something they seek, a form of enduring happiness, perhaps. There are other ways to read it? Of course. Take an extreme, for example. In a literal way, these cards could mean a person must undertake the ultimate sacrifice, death. A legacy might be created, then, through the nature of the death itself. Or maybe the Hanged Man returns here, and new learning is left in their wake, which forms the legacy. Mind you, this is a shallow reading and only takes the face value of the cards into account. Shows how wide a range of interpretations there are. Okay. So let's get Mr. Scarrett again. And what's this? Oh. So if he reads the tarot reading that way, where's the note? So the menacing letter. I hope you're ready for what comes next. Ceremonial dagger might be for himself, so perhaps he intends to be the Séance ghost. Writings. He knew her before he arrived. He sent her a threatening letter. Misunderstood. Why won't you help me? There was something else, fetters, to ask her about, that I didn't see with many people. Old ghosts can be found. This might be related to the exorcism, perhaps. Thinking about fetters, that's what binds us to this world after death. Unfinished business. Only for the dead, they say. Start living. Always business, always unfinished. Always something to do, or what would be the point? Why some can leave it behind and others not? It's down to the person's personality and the situation. Okay. There's a ghost at the fire pit who wants to communicate. I felt a presence, but no, I have not seen her. Tell me, Signor, is this her? I think, yes. Signor Dupree left this with me the other day. He is seeking a spirit, perhaps the one you have found. At first I thought this was Signorina Dean, but he assures me she is not. I can ask her about the exorcism. Would you know anything about exorcisms? Oh no, I talk with the dead. If I were to chase them away, I'd be out of work. There are many magicians here, some more versed in death. So you know anything you could ask. Okay. Actually, I want to ask her. I want to see the exorcism because it gives me the list of other people I could ask about it. Okay. So, the skeptic and Miss Darcy. I don't think Miss Darcy was a fake one, so I guess I need to talk to Mr. Toussaint? Something like that. He might be able to perform the exorcism, or at least know the theory behind it, but I don't know where he is. Yeah, he is nowhere. Did I at least know where he was in the morning? Perhaps I never got his schedule. I did at least at some point. Actually, he said that he was going to be done with all of this business, basically. Room 6 at 9? Isn't that... That's when he'll be in his room? He's just not going to be anywhere? I only had one chance to talk to him then, and I walked right by him. Okay, what is next then? There's still so much I can learn in the library. Not in the ladies' changing room, unfortunately. Staples was basically his alibi. He was fixing the fence. We think that she was getting... Miss Dean got horsehair from the stables, and that's why they got spooked. Actually, we don't know it was Miss Dean. In Miss Dean's room, we found that mysterious little stick figure. Yeah, too many things. I need to narrow this. Whoa. Chimney charm. Could have been placed after, perhaps? Still have not met someone at all, but it was tied together with horsehair, I think. Interesting, it's not giving us that in the description now. I just have to remember. I think there's anything I can really get out of there. That's just, I could talk to them, but I don't know what I would get out of either of them. I have to go there. Oh, why are you by the church? I could go talk to her. That's not a bad... Everything else basically boils down to into the library research time. And I think dinner is at 7. No, there's another discussion at 7. Somebody's going to be in the gents' changing room at that time. I think it's Quinn and McLeod. Well, at least I've met them both now. Right. Walled garden and out. Okay, I'm gonna jump to meeting her out at the garden. Had a slight recording hiccup there. I went out to the hedge maze and asked Ms Hisham about the vase, and she said that's something she's searching for. It has a very specific name. Yes, the very specific vase. And it's the vase of... But I imagine the manor map circles is basically the places she suspects it to be. So I've run through a lot of things, probably most of the things I could think of. Oh, hello. That didn't involve talking to people, but here are people to talk to. So Miss Quinn, and then Miss McLeod and Miss Lau. Okay, let's talk to Miss Quinn first. What is she searching for? A scrap of paper. She left something behind. Part of a note remains. Ritual requires a body of water. I can use the bathtub in the ladies in the... But you know what? We have actually seen... I remarked that the bathtub in the ladies' room was... full. What do I need the sherry for? Let's find out. Only missing a drink or two's worth. I accidentally stole from the bar. Okay, time to talk to Miss Quinn. Go to the research station, find the body of water. This I've actually found already. I have the info before I go bother her. Where's... Yes, the main way. Because I noticed that the bathtub in the ladies' room was still full of water, which means nobody has used it this entire time. So the first floor, right, is upstairs. And in one of the hallways here. So across and over there. Southwest. Okay. Don't mind me, just save. Because after that one time getting thrown out, entering a room, oh. Ritual items. Okay, we have found a new ritual. So as before, look for the odd numbers. But interestingly, everything is even, so we should have multiple solutions for this. There has to be a way to turn up the sensitivity. I have to move the mouse all the way across the desk to get any of these things to go. Just the sensitivity in the game. Every one of those is a full drag of the mouse. No, okay, settings right now. What the heck? Okay, sigil drawing speed. Yo, can I just... Okay, dot to dot, yeah. Don't waste my time. Oh my goodness, this is so infinitely better. Why is this not the default? Oh. Yes, so... That's true, I did not know what this ritual was before I started it. Okay, what did we learn? Trying to summon somebody? Something? I expect her to be right behind us after that. So it's a summoning ritual? Okay, back to the library. I swear I've got a curse of my own today with the recording interruptions. I came back here and the recording didn't unpause for some reason. So I spoke with Miss Quinn here, and she basically chastised me for... In fact, let's just let this show. I asked her about the summoning rules. She's like, oh, wandering around the women's washroom, eh? I suppose I should clean that up. So it was a lot of general knowledge, and she says, yeah, sure, seems like I'm being hunted. But she really gave us no actual information there, so I suppose that's the positive side there. But I don't know what we're really looking for. Could the scars have anything to do with Miss Dean? I did ask her about Miss Dean. It's like, nah, we had a falling out. And I believe most of that discussion happened on camera, I'm hoping. Somebody bribed Miss Dean, like, oh, we've got this fancy grimoire with unusual annotations. If you'll just steal us some books from Miss Quinn and denounce her publicly. And there's the falling out. And then I came over here and talked to Miss Lau for the first time. And basically, she's here as the chaperone for Miss McLeod, which we learned in the first moments we met them in the grand reveal of all the characters. Basically, that's it. She said they become friends, asked her about dreams, and she said, really, Miss McLeod knows about dreams. And so here we go. Hey, oh, you need a chaperone? No. I want to ask you about, the lucid dreaming. Oh yes, quite the wonder. Takes some training, but some music or other sleep aids can get there. He prefers unguided. I've never tried using an anchor, but I gather any concept can be used as long as there's a physical totem. What if you wanted to explore? That's something. Got anything on hand? Suppose I have a book, a journal really, that sent me this course in the first place. So she's just saying, give it a try. Let's see, I did ask Miss Quinn about the washing woman thing, and she said whoever's clothes were being washed is the one who is destined to die. So I need to remember if that was Miss Quinn's jacket draped over the chair or someone else's. We still have some research to do, but I'm going to jump up to Miss Quinn's room and see if that was her shawl. Okay, the green shawl doesn't appear to be in Miss Quinn's room. Perhaps it was in Ms Hisham's. Let's go check. I thought about looking in Miss Dean's room again, and I realized the reason I couldn't ask Miss Barbosa about the wanted poster is that was in... I think I had one spot where I had an error and I had to reload, and I never actually looked at it in this timeline. Okay, but also, that shawl is not in Miss Dean's room either. I also checked Ms Hisham's. Maybe Mr. Scares? I know I saw it recently. I'm gonna find it. I was not able to find it. So, exorcism thing. I basically can ask Miss Darcy, Mr. Dupree, who's the one who basically asked me for it. Actually, no, she's the one who asked me for it. He might know about it. I can ask the two of them about it. Really, she asked me to do it, so she's just going to say, yes, that's what I asked for. Not helpful. But anyway, he's the one I expect to give me something. He might give me something. I'm just worried about the time, but I can be a little bit late for dinner. Okay, archaeology. What would this tell me about... It's the vase of Nectanebo. The last native pharaoh of Egypt was the greatest magician of all the pharaohs. His vase is shrouded in legend. Many have become obsessed with finding it. Once they attain it, they have a sudden and complete change in personality, often disappearing, leaving their lives and families behind. The last known owner of the vase was Wilhelmina Blake, whose uncle, Lord Barnard Blake, had recovered it from Giza in the late 1700s. She disappeared not long after that. The current whereabouts of the vase are unknown. Yes, we did see the portrait of her with the vase, and she's the family member who just disappeared. The vase sounds cursed. I mean, that's something we basically already knew from the picture, but now I guess we can tell her about it. Okay. So the Book of Gnosticism. Maybe this will tell me something about the priest that I can force a conversation. An early branch of Christianity that believes the material realm we currently reside in is a hell, what they call the Black Iron Prison, and that the being commonly seen as God is in fact a powerful but lesser demiurge, a version of the traditional devil figure. This demiurge is the secret child of some Aeons, the faith's creator angels, but was hidden in this realm by its parent for fear of retaliation from the true creator. Bored, lonely, and jealous, it created humanity to worship it as a god, but it itself was flawed, and thus so are we, its creations. We believe that the only actual way to ascend into heaven and meet the true creator, Monad, is to realize the falsities of this reality and find a way to break free of this plane of material lies. Basically a matrix. The faith seems to exist as an answer to the question, why does God allow bad things to happen? With their response being, true God does not know of this place. Okay. Very cynical version of that. Now, Irish mythology. Probably several things to look up here. What do I want to look up? The veil is basically just the barrier to the mythical world. Giants is less specific than the Tuatha. People of Danu are the old gods of Ireland, with Danu being a sort of Earth Mother type, representing the land itself. A race of beings each twice the height of a man, which would also line up with the old anvil. Well, each one had areas of expertise, though there was much overlapping and infighting as a result. They lived across Ireland for countless centuries and battled with various otherworldly foes. There's a book here with some of the Tuatha listed in it. It might be worth a look. Book of Irish Gods. Okay, smithing gods. So we've got the goddess Breed, or Brid, healing, poetry, the hearth, smithing, and much else besides. So Brid was a smithing god. We saw this dude. The god Goibniu, ancient Irish god of smithing and hospitality. Goddess Amkale, goddess, a hag and diviner whose domains are cold, winds, and winds and winter. And we've got goddess Anne Morgan, the war witch of the Tuatha, was goddess of war, wealth, and death. Crows are her symbol. So yeah, death and crows. That's a thing. But Goibniu is the one we saw. What came of all these gods? I expected the book to flash out of existence after a second there. Oh boy. Okay, you know what, I'm just micromanaging the time here before I go into the next book. I want to ask both the people about the exorcism, because that's critical. Also, what's this Arwah Hisham hypothesis? Ooh, I can make the hypothesis about Lady Hisham, since we already knew the information about the lost relative with the vase, but perhaps finding the vase is what she wants. Oh yeah, she's here. Vase, she's fascinated. Okay. Her goal is to reclaim the vase. Stolen vase. It's not here because it is missing. Oh. But she is obsessed because it is not here. That not here is thing. I think she is obsessed because it is cursed, not because it is not here. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's a reason to run out to the garden again. Force something to happen. Let's go. I'm going to force the two exorcism conversations first. Of the two, Mr. Dupree is the one who I think could possibly help me. Hello again. I will ask about those things. There we go. Exorcism. Might you know about exorcisms? I do for my sins. Actual banishment is hard. Death failed to remove the spirit. What can we do more than her? Laying a soul to rest is the easier and kinder method of getting rid of one. But when that's not an option, which is often the case with angry spirits, we trap a soul and take that fetter to a faraway place. The Gulf of Mexico is littered with ghosts. They're harmless to us there. Tell me, are you asking theoretically or actually? Actually. What do you need? Miss Darcy believes she's being haunted by her late husband, and she seems to be at her wit's end. Understand you're well versed in such matters. Do you think you'd be able to help her? I had the impression there was something troubling her, but I didn't know it was quite that serious. I can help, of course, but I'll need an item of Mr. Darcy's. That ring, which I've put together, is his. Something that would have been of considerable emotional value to him. Try to find something that could work. Better not to let this linger. Well, you know what? I've got this stylized ring that I'm pretty certain. Okay, boil down from everything. Evidence, it'll be under items. I actually picked it up. But it's not here. Find everything. A to Z. So it should be under stylized ring. I can't show it to him until I've asked her about it and confirmed that that's actually the ring. Even though I have quite reasonably deduced that that's what it is, let's ask her about Goibnu. Since we're here. Yes, I am fiercely good. But, in this everything, why did you put all these people first? There we go. Goibnu. We know about Goibnu. Smithing god, same as Brid. Standing his work focused more on war, weapons and armor, you see, while she was more daily tasks. Ow. Okay, so yeah, perhaps that's just a hint to pay attention to the anvil when we go to confront Ms Hisham. We'll go check that out. What next? It looks like I won't be able to speak with Miss Darcy until the ballroom. At least I have no idea where she is. So I guess that means we are going to be going out again to the garden. Okay, once again, the recording bug. I think I'll need to restart some things. Hit me again. But we confronted her about the vase. I'm still in the conversation when I noticed this time, at least. But you cursed. You're serious? Like, oh yeah. Hasn't left my mind since I discovered it. I guess I'm not myself. And I hear this song. So I wrote it down. Here you go. It was not just obsession. Will you help me? Will you find and destroy the cursed vase? Normally I would not condone the destruction of something so ancient. Such a thing should never have survived this long. Okay. So, find where to play the melody. You've got a mysterious melody from her. So, we've researched the history there. Now we need to act to free her. Reputed to be the key that unlocks the vase. Who would know about music? It's basically the people who work here. And I guess it's sheet music, so we need somebody who's musically inclined amongst the staff. Really have much about them. He doesn't seem very reliable. We also know he's kind of a spy. A lady, perhaps? Catholic? She'd know her way around the manor. If we don't tell her it's a curse, she might be willing to help us. Oh, Miss Lau. Let's get her investigation here. Won't be that much yet. Just the chaperoning and the watching. And basically we'll have to investigate her to figure out anything different. We haven't actually talked to Mr. Varley in such a long time. He might know something about it. Never asked him about the crack in his glasses either. Let's see, I wanted to check out the forge next. Well, I've accidentally found the other person I would ask about exorcisms. Although I guess I've found the person who can help me, so I shouldn't waste time on that. Which one of these is the anvil? I bet it's this one or this one. I've missed it the whole time. Again? Oh, we've got Sun God. Nothing new in here. Haunting. So a bunch of stuff has appeared in here. Research the fate of the old gods. We've got Goibnu, who we did research. We haven't talked to everyone about it. Mr. Dupree, I do not expect to know about this, but he knew about exorcism, so maybe. So yeah, we know about basically the two gods of smithing. She's more the day-to-day tasks, but since we literally saw him, the hammering giant, boy, he sure looks like Goibnu. So that's our character. And yeah, the anvil is the symbol. So it's clearly him. We don't know what, though. And we found signs of the entity, but nothing too specific off of there. Let's see, Morrigan, we've got the signs of the crows. So, and she often travels as crows, so that's just signs of death, basically. But, yeah, she's not behind the shadowy presence. We don't need to worry about those two at all. So ultimately, there was nothing with the anvil out here. Back to the house. Okay, back to the library. I think I figured out how I keep messing up the recording. Basically, if I'm sprinting when I hit my pause recording hotkey, it doesn't actually work. And so I unpaused while still sprinting, and that's what happened. Okay, so the Book of the Gods. Goibnu. Oh no, I already read through this part. I would need to learn something more very specific in that respect. I've read all of the books that are out there, so now I would need... I've got a lot of pots on the stove here. The person I would want to look up very specifically would be, I need to know what happened to her. First of all, Blake, I don't specifically need to know. Walter Blake would be interesting. But she was born to Thomas Blake, 6th Marquess. That's when she disappeared. He had a passion for music. Now we have music as also a clue for her. In the drawing room piano recitals. In the months leading to her disappearance, she discovered a keen interest in Egyptology. She disappeared with the vase. Okay. Adamant she never left Blake Manor. I feel like I got that exact information from somewhere already. What other things? We've got the cortex of other faiths. Some would consider this blasphemous. So, the resurrectists. I could look up those specific crosses, but I think that'll just tell me, by the way, Gnostic. Samhain is basically the Halloween weakening of the veil. Oh, no, Gnosticism is separate. If I can learn what the different subjects are, that might give me clues. So, Ireland's history. Meaning, the year of slaughter. I feel like the Standing Stone is a fake, so this could be relevant. I know somebody was drowned during the tsunami. Meaning as a keyword came up once. Oh no. Same thing both sides. You only click on one and learn something you didn't mean to. World. What's relevant here? Ooh. Captain of the Forest, the Brazilian result. I can now her and Captain of the Forest. So these are all things related to our Brazilian friend. I might need to know about. Nora and Fawn. White heather. Yeah, that's what Miss McLeod is wearing. Listen. Laudanum, look up the medical code. I've already done that. Folk healing. Doesn't seem like that'll be relevant. And the sciences. Waveforms. The psychic waveforms. No, thank you. About psychology. Tales on asylums, mental disorders, phrenology. Okay, alongside nihilism. I think I've got more than enough on the lucid dreaming stuff. Archaeology. This would be... I think I pulled out the book on Nectamabo. Blake Manor. That's the region we're in, but the Ulster, Munster, Leinster regions, I have no reason to look at those at all. World mythology. Focuses on classics and Egypt, eh? Vampires? We've got young Walter Blake is interested in those. Irish mythology, I believe I took a look at, but are there any other books? No. Actually, I guess I don't have to spend time on looking up some of these things because I already got that information. Like, this should not move the clock at all. Area between the living and the dead. Places that have seen tragedy and great magical significance. All Hallows Eve. So yeah, we watched a whole talk on this, and I could have read about it in a single minute and gained all the same info. I don't feel like anyone actually asked any questions during that talk. Ritualism in general, perhaps? Guides for making contact. You're going to give me a Ghost Mist Fetters? If I can look up more information about the Golden Dawn, that might give me a conversation topic. Secret Magical Society in England, it has further branches. Its focus is divine magic and spiritual development. Specifics unknown. Despite its enigmatic nature, it can be recognized by its symbol, a Latin cross with a rose in its center, and a pentagram and several alchemical symbols on each arm. Perhaps arms of the cross. I just realized none of these are going to take up time because we've learned all of this already. Skipped over the Irish folklore. Pretty sure I looked at it already. Yeah, and actually none of these are going to take up time. Tell me about the turnip heads. They're basically jack-o'-lanterns. Put a candle in the turnips. The tradition is thought to stem from the Irish folk tale of Stingy Jack, the spirit barred from both heaven and hell and forced to walk the earth. These turnips are thought to serve a practical purpose. Spirits walk the earth, and these turnips are carved into faces and lit as lanterns to ward off spirits that would do the living harm. Okay. Then seed, without the banshee. Seed, very one who portends death. Gray cloak and green dress, eyes red from crying. To hear her keening means there will soon be a death in one's life. It could be on the same night. Okay. Does Ouija, people of the mound. Ah, okay, so that's all the Fae folk are. The Awisi. Okay. This is information we already got. You can pause if you want to reread this. But Fear Gorta sounds man of hunger, linked to the great famine, the omen of further famines to come, taking the form of a starving person. It's a spirit of hunger who will follow people to ask for food. The catch its prey will not hesitate to consume them to satisfy its hunger. Always unsuccessful, it then seeks out a new victim. Okay, nothing else right there. Anything else here? I've already looked at the religion. So I don't think I have any other particular leads here. I've got 6 more minutes here. Okay. I want to get some more thing done before I end this episode. Well, I have been searching up and down the castle trying to find Miss Darcy, but she's not in her room. I was hoping I could at least eliminate it that way. There's supposed to be a piano in the drawing room. I was hoping I might be able to progress that particular thing. Finding that either. Maybe I can ask the staff. Okay, I'll ask the staff about... Oh, they finally started their conversation for me to listen. Sends a terrible shiver down my back. I know, child. It's not even what it could mean. It's the laugh itself. There's maliciousness in it, like it means harm. Oh, sir, anything we can help you with? I'm sorry to disturb you, ladies. This might sound strange, but I heard some laughter coming from my room. I searched the room, of course, but found nobody. Would you know anything about that? That's just the old vents in this place. Sometimes they carry sounds from other parts of the building. What you heard was a guest maybe in the, library? She did not sound very confident in what she was saying. I see. Do you need anything else, sir? No, thank you. I'll be on my way. As you wish, sir. Good day. Yeah, that's not true. Let's jump in and out just to see if we can get them to listen in again. And then I'll ask them about the music. That was unexpected. I'm glad I came back to talk to them again, as I didn't get that eavesdrop earlier on. Okay. Who wants to tell me about music? The reason. There we go. This melody's stuck in my head for hours. Do you recognize it? Do I recognize the tune? There are a few pianos in the manor. The finest we had was Lady Wilhelmina's, but that's down in storage with the rest of her things. So the only place to potentially play that may only be tomorrow. Seem to get the melody out? Oh no, let's not try that again. Tone deaf as a spider. Only not sure there's any left up here. So I guess I need to play that tomorrow morning. Imagine I've gotten the clue I need there, I think. Doesn't matter if I speak to Mr. Varley or anyone else there. Playing the tune on the piano that's in storage that I cannot get to from here, because I have to wait till the delivery, should reveal the key to solving this mystery. But the fact that unless I got to that point in Ms. Hisham's story, and there are so many that I've not progressed that far, by a certain point tomorrow morning means I very likely won't be able to save everyone's lives here. Not on a first run, at least. Definitely a kind of game you might be able to do better with in other cases. So, yeah, I think that I've just got to be done at this point. Okay, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm feeling a little bit stuck at the moment. I'm going to have to think and come back next time with a new strategy for how to progress things. Okay, well, that's that. I'll just have to continue next time. So, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.